Well, welcome to Texas, where when you live in the country, you got paintball people next door. Please excuse their noise. I wanted to demonstrate something for you. You can see in the background, it's an oak tree. That is an oak tree also. So is that. So why is one short and squat, and then one's kind of tall and robust, and the other one's, I don't know, kind of skinny? All three are oak trees. They were all the same size when we planted them. The soil is exactly the same in all three locations. So what's the difference? Well, it comes down to their environment. We live in a field. I don't know if you can see out there. Like there's nothing in the field except obnoxious paintball people, like in that wood line. It's driving me nuts. There's a lot of wind out here. We have a house that's behind us, you can see. And at certain times of the day, the sun gets blocked behind this house. Now, this tree has had to grow straight up in the air to have more access to that sunlight because it sees shade. This tree over here, always in the sunlight, always. Its leaves are a little bit darker. It's a little of a protective effect against the sunlight. Now, what is interesting is that this tree over here gets mostly sunlight, but it's a little thinner. It doesn't have the greenness. So what's the difference between those two trees? A lot of that is crosswind. The fuller tree in the distance has more sunlight, less wind. This poor tree is out on the edge, kind of on the leeward side of the property, and wind is just a whipping. It's Texas. There is nothing stopping the wind. How does that apply to your life? Well, all of these trees are grown to God's great glory. They're all the same genetically, but they look different because they're in different environments. They're exposed to different things. They get different levels of sunlight. They get different levels of wind, and the human body really is not that different. All of us are genetically human. Some of us are putting on weight heavier than others. Some of us want more muscle mass and can't get there. Why do we look so different? And it's simply because we're exposed to different environments, different nutrients. There is a set point for you that if you give yourself the ideal environment, you will hit your ideal form. You'll be exactly as tall as you're supposed to be, exactly as alert as you're supposed to be, exactly as strong as you're supposed to be. But you have to expose yourself to the right environment. You have to make sure you're eating and drinking properly, getting your exercise. So that's my public service announcement. You can learn a lot from looking at the trees.